Good morning, students. Today we are going to start a new chapter, kinetic theory of gases. In previous chapter, we have discussed about macroscopic properties. Macroscopic properties. Macroscopic is are nothing but we can able to see them. That is system as a bulk. We can discuss about a system as a bulk, but in this chapter we are going to discuss about microscopic properties. Microscopic properties, that is we can go to the details of molecules and atoms in this chapter. And here we are going to discuss about kinetic theory of gases. We know the smallest particle that exists is nothing but an atom. See here, the atomic theory is given by Dalton. He proposed the atomic theory to explain the laws of definite and multiple proportions obeyed by the elements when they combine into compounds. When they combine into compounds, they obey two laws. One is definite proportions, another is multiple proportions. We will see individual ones. One is the law of definite proportions. It says that the law of definite proportions says that any given compound has a fixed proportion by mass of its constituents. So this is the law of definite proportions. And now we are also going to discuss about law of multiple proportions. The law of multiple proportions says that when two elements combine to form more than one compound, suppose if we form NO or N2O, similarly H2O or H2O2, aqueous molecule and hydrogen peroxide, in that case it says that when two elements combine to form more than one compound for a fixed mass of one element, the mass of other elements are in the ratio of a small integers. Integers are nothing but is in the ratio of 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. So we will see here, this is the example of, law of multiple proportions. Example of law of multiple proportions is nothing but when two elements combine to form more than one compound for a fixed mass of one element, the masses of other elements are in the ratio of small integers. We will see here. So here one element, carbon monoxide, I am taking a compound of carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide. Here the mass is fixed in the case of first element, 3 grams of carbon, 3 grams of carbon here. And for 3 grams of carbon, we are adding 4 grams of oxygen here. So CO molecule for carbon monoxide. So total mass is nothing but 7 grams of carbon monoxide. So oxygen to carbon mass ratio here. What is the mass of oxygen that we have taken here? 4 grams of oxygen divided by 3 grams of carbon. So here the ratio of oxygen to carbon mass ratio is 4 by 3. 4 by 3 is nothing but which is approximately 1.333 like this. Okay, so here and now when we take the carbon monoxide, in the case of carbon monoxide, for 3 grams of carbon, we are adding 8 grams of oxygen here, CO2, 8 grams of oxygen. Total mass of the carbon dioxide is how much? 11 grams. 8 grams plus 3 grams is nothing but 11 grams. So mass ratio of oxygen to carbon is 8 grams divided by 3 grams. So you will get it as 8 divided by 3 is nothing but 2.6666 like this. Okay. So now for this compound and for this compound, I am taking the mass ratio of this compound 2.6666 divided by, and mass ratio of first compound is 1.333. That is nothing but we will get a 2. 2 is nothing but integer. So this is the explanation for this law of multiple proportions. Okay. Next. Now I am going to discuss about Gay-Lussac's law. Gay-Lussac's law is nothing but when gases combine chemically to yield another gas, their volumes are in the ratios of small integers. Their volumes, the ratio of volumes are in the ratio of small integers. The gas of, let us consider the volume of first gas is V1 and volume of second gas is V2. When volume of one gas and volume of other gases get combined, the ratio will be a small integers. Either ratio is equal to 1 or 2 or 3 like this. Okay, this is nothing but Gay-Lussac's law. Now, Avogadro's law. Here, Avogadro's law is nothing but equal volumes of all gases. When you take equal volumes of all gases, any gas at equal temperature and pressure have the same number of molecules. Suppose 22.4 liters of any gas 22.4 liters, that is volume is equal to here how much? 22.4 liters of any gas at constant temperature and pressure have the same number of molecules, which is equal to Avogadro number of molecules. Okay, 22.4 liters of any gas at equal temperatures and pressure have the same number of molecules, which is equal to Avogadro number. We will know the Avogadro number value 6.023 into 10 to the power of 23. Any gas has this number of molecules or this number of atoms if the volume is constant. 22.4 liters of any gas occupies Avogadro number of molecules. Okay, and we know that in solids and liquids, the interatomic distance or intermolecular distance between the molecules is less, which is in the order of 2 angstroms, So that means the solids and solids and liquids are tightly packed. They are tightly packed. Okay. And see here, in case of liquids, the atoms are almost same apart. There also, the interatomic distance between the liquid molecules is also about 2 angstroms. But they are not rigid as solid molecules in the case of solids. So, this nature allows the liquids to flow from one place to another place. That's why the liquids can flow from one place to another place, as they are not rigid as solid molecules. Okay. So now in gases, when we come to the gases, in gases the interatomic distance is about tens of angstroms. That is the distance between molecule to molecule increases in the case of gases. That is, intermolecular force is less in this case. That means each gas molecule act like an ideal gas molecule because the interatomic distance is more, so intermolecular force is less. So here, if there are no intermolecular forces exist in the case of gases, we call that gas as ideal gas. Okay, so there is no potential energy. If there is no potential energy for any gas, the internal energy is due to only sum of kinetic energy of all the gas molecules. Such gas is called as the ideal gas. Okay, so now here the average distance a molecule can travel without colliding is called as the mean free path. Here, mean free path is nothing but, let us consider a vessel. It consists of large number of gas molecules like this. These gas molecules move randomly inside the volume of the vessel. When they are moving randomly inside the volume of the vessel, they may go and collide with another molecule. They may go and collide with another molecules like this. So in this process, the average distance a molecule can travel without colliding before collision, the distance traveled, average distance traveled by the molecule is called as the mean free path. So mean free path in case of gases is more because they are largely apart as compared to solids and liquids. Okay, now I am going to discuss about behavior of gases here. So now gases at low pressure and high temperature approximately satisfy a simple relation between their pressure, volume and temperature. Gases at low pressure and high temperature, we call them as ideal gas. For ideal gas, the relation is given by PV is equal to K into T. Here P is nothing but pressure, V is volume, T is temperature. This K is nothing but constant. We write K is equal to N into K, where N is nothing but number of molecules and K is nothing but, this K is nothing but, this is Boltzmann constant. Kb is nothing but Boltzmann constant. And theories and experiments suggested that this Kb value is same for all the gases. Kb value is same for all the gases. We call Kb is called as the Boltzmann constant. And so now the expression, this expression will become as PV is equal to NKBT. So here the Kb value is nothing but Boltzmann constant value is given by here. Kb value is given by 1.38 into 10 to the power of minus 23 joule per Kelvin. What are the units here? Pressure into volume gives us the units of joules, that is units of work done, divided by number of molecules have no units, and temperature, it will come to denominator. So temperature dimensions are nothing but temperature units are kelvins. So joule per Kelvin is the unit for Boltzmann constant. So its value is 1.38 into 10 to the power of minus 23, and Kb value is same for all the gases. And we know as P1 V1 by N1 T1 equal to P2 V2 by N2 T2, we know we have written that PV is equal to N KBT. So I am bringing PV by NKB, sorry, PV by, wait a minute, PV by NT, PV divided by NT is nothing but simply KB, simply KB. So P1 V1 by N1 T1, P1 V1 by N1 T1 equal to P2 V2 by N2 T2 is equal to constant. That constant is nothing but here Boltzmann constant. Okay, Boltzmann constant is same for all the gases at given pressure and temperature and volume. Okay, if pressure, volume, temperature are same, pressure, volume, temperature are same, then N is also same for all gases. Isn't it right? Kb is constant. So PV by T is equal to constant into N. So N is same for all the gases if pressure, volume, temperature. If pressure, one second, if pressure, volume, temperature is constant, then N is also same for, N is nothing but number of molecules is also same for all the gases. That is the number of molecules per unit volume is same for all the gases at a fixed temperature and pressure. Okay, for given volume, the number of molecules is same for all gases, for any type of gas at a fixed temperature and pressure. Okay, the number of Avogadro number. We now define Avogadro number. Here, Avogadro number is nothing but the number of molecules in 22.4 liters of any gas is called Avogadro number. Once again, the number of molecules or number of atoms in 22.4 liters of any gas is called as Avogadro number, which is equal to 6.023 into 10 to the power of 23. Avogadro number. Here Avogadro number Na is equal to 6.023 into 10 to the power of 23. Sorry. Uh, Now, see here, we have discussed about Avogadro's number now. Now, the mass of 22.4 liters of any gas, that is mass of Avogadro number of molecules. 22.4 liters of any gas occupies Avogadro number of molecules. So, mass of Avogadro number of molecules of any gas or mass of Avogadro number of molecules or mass of 22.4 liters of any gas or mass of 1 mole of gas is called as molar weight or molar mass. We call it as molar weight or molar mass. The mass of 22.4 liters of any gas or mass of 22.4 liters of any gas occupies how many number of molecules? Avogadro number of molecules. So mass of Avogadro number of molecules or mass of 1 mole of gas is called its molecular weight. Molecular weight. So here STP is nothing but standard temperature and pressure. That is temperature, standard temperature is 273 Kelvin and pressure is 1 atmosphere. We know 1 atmosphere is nothing but 1.013 into 10 to the power of 5 pascals. This is 1 atmospheric pressure value. In ideal gas equation can be written as, we know equation of state is given as PV is equal to nRT, where P is nothing but pressure and V is nothing but volume, where N is nothing but number of moles and R is universal gas constant, which is equal to Avogadro number into Boltzmann constant, which gives us as 8.314 joules per mole per Kelvin. This is equation of state and T is nothing but absolute temperature. Now we can define number of moles as total mass of the molecule, total mass of the system, or total mass of the substance divided by its molecular weight. Mass of 1 mole of gas or mass of Avogadro number of molecules or mass of 22 liters of any gas is called as the molecular weight. So number of moles can be defined as number of moles is equal to mass of the gas or mass of the compound divided by its molecular weight gives us number of moles. Okay, so number of moles can also be written as total number of molecules in a given system divided by Avogadro number of molecules. N by Na is also defined as number of moles. So number of moles equal to total mass of the system divided by its molecular weight or total number of molecules in the gas divided by Avogadro number of molecules gives us number of moles. Okay, so M is the mass of gas containing n molecules, and molar mass. M0 is called as molar mass or molecular weight, and Na is nothing but Avogadro number. Avogadro number. Okay, we know PV is equal to nRT. So PV is equal to N is nothing but number of moles. Number of moles can be written as N divided by Na, and R can be written as Avogadro number into Boltzmann constant. So this Avogadro number and Avogadro number get cancelled. So we will get NKBT. PV is equal to NKBT. So P equal to N by V into KBT. N by V is nothing but what? Number density. We call it as number density. That is number of molecules per unit volume is called as the number density. Okay, so here Kb is nothing but Boltzmann constant, and its value is given by 1.38 into 10 to the power minus 23 joule per Kelvin. Okay, we know that PV is equal to nRT. So PV is equal to N can be written as M by M naught. Total mass of the gas divided by its molecular weight into RT. So here I am rewriting, I am bringing this V to right side. So it will become pressure P is equal to M by V into RT by M naught. RT by M naught. M by V is nothing but what? Mass density rho. So I am replacing mass density with rho. So pressure P is equal to rho RT by M0, where rho is nothing but mass density of the gas, R is nothing but universal gas constant, T is absolute temperature, M0 is molecular weight. M0 is nothing but molecular weight. So this is about pressure of a gas in terms of density and temperature and its molecular weight. Okay, now I am going to see the graph of pressure versus PV divided by NT. Okay, PV divided by NT. So for this, PV divided by NT is nothing but what? R. Okay, for this, see here, T1 is nothing but, this blue line is nothing but ideal gas line. So which curve is close to ideal gas? This curve, T1 curve is close to ideal gas. Here T1 curve, the temperature of T1 is nothing but T1 is greater than T2, T2 is greater than T3. That means a real gas can behave like ideal gas at high temperature. T1 is high temperature. And when the temperature is low, these two curves are not closer to the nature of ideal gas. So T1 curve is close to the nature of ideal gas. That means T1 is very high temperature. At high temperature and low pressure, at high temperature and low pressure, the real gas can behave like an ideal gas. Okay, so next. Now we are going to discuss about Boyle's law. We know already we have discussed about Boyle's law in previous chapter also. At constant temperature, pressure of the gas is inversely proportional to volume. If temperature is constant, that we have discussed in isothermal process, pressure of the gas is inversely proportional to volume. This is about Boyle's law. Okay. Now Charles' law. When pressure remains constant, the volume is directly proportional to temperature. Volume is directly proportional to temperature at a constant pressure. Okay. Now consider I am going to define law of partial pressures, Dalton's law of partial pressures. Suppose, let us take a vessel of volume V and its pressure is P. Now I am taking different type of gases. These gas molecules have N1 number of moles. I am taking a different combination of gases, mixture of non-interacting ideal gases. Let us consider this gas having N1 number of moles, and I am taking another gas molecules which are having N2 number of moles, and I am taking another gas molecules which are having the number of moles of another molecules is equal to how much? N3. Like this. Mixture of non-interacting ideal gases, N1 moles of gas 1 and N2 moles of gas 2 and N3 moles of gas 3 and etc. in a vessel of volume V, which is at constant pressure, some pressure and some temperature T. Now, equation of state, ideal gas equation is nothing but PV is equal to total number of moles, amount of substance. Total amount of substance is equal to N1 plus N2 plus N3. So number of moles here is equal to total number of moles equal to N1 plus N2 plus N3 and so on into RT. So now when this V comes to right side, it will go to denominator. So it will become N1 RT by V plus N2 RT divided by V plus N3 RT divided by N3 RT divided by V and so on, etc. So nRT by V1. So here total pressure P is equal to nRT by V1. P is equal to nRT by V. We know it. P1 is nothing but nRT by V1. N1 RT by V. And P2 is nothing but N2 RT by V. And P3 is nothing but N3 RT by V. Okay. So here I am writing it as P1. This is P2 and this is P3. So simply total pressure P is equal to, here total pressure P is equal to P1 plus P2 plus P3 plus P4 and etc. P1 is nothing but pressure of gas 1. P2 is nothing but pressure of gas 2, pressure of gas 3 and so on, etc. So total pressure of the system is equal to pressure of gas 1 plus pressure of gas 2 plus pressure of gas 3 and so on, etc. That is, total pressure of a mixture of ideal gases is the sum of partial pressures. Sum of partial pressure of each individual gases. So this is called as the Dalton's law of partial pressures. So these are the basic concepts of kinetic theory of gases, students. Tomorrow we will go to discuss about pressure of gas and etc. An expression for pressure of the gas, and also we will discuss internal energy and also energy contained by the gas and etc. in the next class. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.